I'm so excited for today's video. I have been dying to do this kind of video since I first got the Ciele skin tint. I had to wait a while for the Supergoop to come in stock in my shade. It's finally here. Let's get right into it. Let's compare the Ciele Tint and Protect SPF 50 versus the Supergoop Protect Tint SPF 50. They're both SPF 50. That's one thing they have in common, but immediately the differences are the packaging. And I have to be honest, I just did a favorites video and I did say that the Supergoop was my favorite. I've been reaching for this almost on a daily basis, but I do really enjoy the Ciele Tint and Protect. I reach for this more because of the packaging. It's just easier to travel with, it's easier to use versus the Ciele, especially if you're in a rush and you just need to put something on quick and go. This is the one that's just easier. The Ciele comes in a nice glass bottle and it has a cap to protect the dropper that's in here. The Ciele I got in 03 light and the Supergoop I got in 24N, which is light, medium, neutral. This is a little too light for summer, and if applied too much I can look like I have a nice tan going on with this, but we're gonna make it work. So as I said, with the Ciele you have to twist off the dropper and get it on. The dropper actually works pretty nice, I have to admit. It doesn't give a hard time getting product in and out of the bottle. It works really nice. So I'm gonna swatch both on my hand so you guys can see what each formula looks like. So you guys can see here the Ciele is much thinner, has a much lighter consistency. It's much more runnier versus the Supergoop. You guys saw it wasn't really running down the back of my hand. That's one thing to take note of. I'm gonna apply the Ciele on the left side of my face and I'm gonna apply Supergoop on the right side of my face. And I'm gonna use the 106 from BK Beauty for the Ciele and the e.l.f. dual-ended complexion brush for the Supergoop. And grab some on the back of my hand and start applying. So it's very lightweight and very easy to work and blend into the skin. So this is the Ciele skin tint. Because I've been liking the convenience of the Supergoop, I'm kind of mad at myself. This is really nice. I forgot how nice it is. It's a really beautiful product and it has light coverage as you would expect with a skin tint. It is buildable. Nice light coverage. It feels so lightweight on the skin. So now I'm going to go ahead and on the right side I'm going to apply the Supergoop. So here's the Supergoop. So immediately they're both still a little tacky on the skin, but they do dry down. I just apply them. They don't dry down right away, that's one thing. But when they do dry down, they dry down really nicely. The Ciele looks like it gives just a little more coverage with that light layer versus the Supergoop. You can still see some of the redness that I have going on right here on my cheek. They both feel really nice and they both feel very lightweight on the skin. Neither one is feeling heavy, neither one is feeling like I have something there. They both feel like nothing. Beautiful skin tints. So I'm gonna go ahead and just finish off applying some bronzer and blush off camera and I'll be right back. This is the finished look with both the Ciele and the Supergoop skin tints. One thing to note is that the Supergoop skin tint comes in 14 shades where the Ciele does come in 13 shades. The Supergoop has one shade more than the Ciele, but they're both really lightweight. They both perform great. I have videos on both of them that I will link down below and they both feel really nice on the skin. The Ciele has just slightly more coverage in my opinion than the Supergoop. If you have dry sensitive skin like I do, both work beautifully for dry and sensitive skin. I have not experienced any breakouts with either one of them each time I've worn them. They don't irritate my skin, they don't cause any sensitivities. And I will also say that even though these both have SPF 50, it is good to still wear a regular SPF underneath your foundation because this is still technically makeup. They also do wear nicely with powder on top of them. I know I didn't set my makeup today with any powder, but they do both wear nice with powder. They also both do have powder SPFs that you can apply on top of makeup. I do need to get them and test them out as well. On their own, they both wear great. No clinginess to any dry patches. They're not going to emphasize texture on the skin. At least for me, they didn't emphasize any texture, any breakouts, anything I had going on. They don't really settle into fine lines. It will, both of them, they will separate a bit around there, especially if I'm not using like a gripping pipe a gripping primer. Other than that, they both wear great, they both feel great. It's going to come down to what is more convenient for you, because they both are super similar in performance. For me, like I said, I did mention in my favorites that the Supergoop was my favorite. I love them both, but the convenience and the packaging of the Supergoop is what makes it easier and more recommendable, easier and better to recommend for me, in my opinion, because it's plastic, it's easy to travel with, it's small, it's not going to take up a lot of room in your bag. So this is just, for me, easier versus the Ciele, but this has a little more weight to it, and it does have the cap, so you don't have to worry about product leaking out or anything like that. This would be a bit more cumbersome to travel with than this, in my opinion. You don't have to worry about glass breaking or is product gonna spill. You don't have to worry about that with the Supergoop, so that's why I recommend the Supergoop. But they both work great. Ciele is a makeup brand that is focused on giving you makeup with SPF in your product. So far, everything that they have released has SPF 30 and above, versus Supergoop, it's more skincare focused and highly focused on SPF. That's their brand. That's how they started with SPF. That was the founders, Holly's goal, was to get SPF out there, not just for summertime but for year round. Those are the differences with the brands. I will like to see Ciele come out with more products. I know they just released, I believe, tanning drops or bronzing drops. I would love to see them, how they will do eyeshadow SPF, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be coming. I'm almost positive, just given the brand's ambition and how they're starting. I am almost positive they're going to come out with a SPF eyeshadow palette, maybe, or single shadows. And I'm very interested in them coming out also with concealer, because neither one of them have concealer. So I would love to see them also come out with an SPF concealer as well. Both of these products do have skincare in them. Now that I say that, I don't want you to think that the Ciele doesn't have any skincare. It does have skincare in it as well. And before we end this video here, I know it was a short video, but I hope it was short and helpful. I want to go ahead and do a close-up. I love doing close-ups here so you guys can really see and get a feel of what they're looking like. So I'm going to go ahead and do a close-up so you guys can see what they're looking like right after application. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys were able to see and determine. Both were really great. Both perform really great. It's just, for me, it just comes down to the packaging and ease of use, and that's where the Supergoop, in my opinion, really wins this little competition here. I hope you found this helpful. I hope it was useful to you, and I hope it helps in your purchasing decision, whether you decide to go with the Ciele or the Supergoop. And in terms of pricing, if you guys are wondering what they retail for, they both retail for $44 USD, at least at the time of filming this video. So that's something to keep in mind. One isn't going to save you more than the other. They're both about the same price. This is 1.28 fluid ounces and this is 1.18 fluid ounces. So you get slightly more with the Ciele than you do with the Supergoop. Something to also keep in mind. I hope this video has been helpful in some kind of way. I hope that you guys were able to see and maybe tell a difference in how my skin is looking with the Ciele and the Supergoop. I hope it was of use to you. And yeah, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I truly appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing and blessed day wherever you are, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.